Back here at Champion Stadium for 680 The Fans coverage of Atlanta Braves Spring Training 2019. It is Tuesday, March the 19th. We are now in the final day of winter. Spring starts tomorrow, but believe me, it doesn't feel like it here at Champion Stadium. It is cold, it is dreary, it is windy. It's about 52 degrees here in Central Florida this morning. As you can see behind me, the tarp is on the field here at ESPN's Wide World of Sports. The Braves and the Nationals are going to try to get today's ball game in. We'll keep our fingers crossed that Mother Nature cooperates. The forecast for this afternoon is not promising. And of course, the Nationals have to travel a long way up the Florida Turnpike to get here from West Palm Beach. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that we get the proverbial window and we're able to squeeze in at least a few innings, get the starters some work. We'll see Max Fried on the mound for the Braves, and our old friend Anibal Sanchez will be on the mound for the Washington Nationals here today. It is a 105 first pitch, weather permitting, with Jim Powell and Ben Ingram on the call. 1340 AM, 103.7 FM back in Atlanta, and of course on the MLB At Bat app as well. If you may have missed it, Braves played under the lights here last night, so it's a quick turnaround. A night game on Monday and a day game here on Tuesday. Snit allowing the guys to come in a little bit later here today, so a later morning, later arrival for the team after a long night here at Champion Stadium last night. Braves were defeated by the Yankees, with the big story in last night's ballgame, Bryce Wilson. Another strong performance from a Braves young right-hander, and last night it was Wilson's turn to go out there. He gave up a couple of runs in the second inning, but the first inning is the one that really stands out to me. He really looked sharp. He goes out there and gets Brett Gardner to ground out, and then back-to-back strikeouts of Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. He froze Judge with a fastball and got Stanton to strike out swinging. So good stuff from Bryce Wilson last night, and as Brian Snitker said, he's not only in the running for maybe one of those long relief spots in the bullpen, but with some uncertainties in the pitching staff, what Bryce Wilson has shown this year, the ability to throw strikes, command the strike zone, work ahead in the count, he has certainly evolved and emerged himself into the conversation for one of those spots in the rotation. Maybe it's the fourth, maybe it's the fifth, maybe it's down the road in April, mid to late April. We'll see what happens. But Bryce Wilson, in my opinion, really doing it very quietly, too. You know, we've talked a lot about what Kyle Wright has shown, what Max Fried has shown. And we'll see Max Fried, again, weather permitting, on the mound here against the Nationals a little bit later on today. But Bryce Wilson, I think the ability to throw that third pitch has been a big difference maker for him here in spring training of 2019. He got a very small taste of life in the big leagues last year. But again, what you love to see from these young pitchers is going out there, being on the attack, throwing strikes. He's only walked one batter here this spring. So, again, really good confidence booster for him to go out there and throw, strike one to guys like Judge and Stanton. He did give up a home run to Luke Voit. Now, of course, Voit, tremendous power potential in the heart of the New York Yankee order. But what Bryce Wilson said last night that really stood out to me, I thought this was really interesting. He'd rather give up a home run than walk a guy. I love it. Now, some fans may say, well, you don't want him giving up home runs. Of course you don't want him giving up home runs, but I love the fact that he would rather get beat on a guy putting the ball over the wall than get beat by throwing a guy 4 straight balls. So I really like the mentality, the focus, the demeanor. He's very calm. He's very even-keeled when he's on the mound. So Bryce Wilson certainly making himself very much a part of what the Braves are looking to do here in 2019. Again, whether it's in the rotation, whether it's as a long guy, whether it's starting out at AAA and becoming stretched out, or he's able to become a member of the rotation at some point in April. We will see what happens, but keep a very close eye on Bryce Wilson. We're now under a week to go left in spring training. Braves a couple of exhibition games back at SunTrust Park 6 days from now, Monday and Tuesday. Hope to see you all out at SunTrust Park, and hopefully the weather's a little nicer than it is today. Yeah, I've got the long North Face on. I've got long sleeves underneath this. It is chilly here today. Also a good sign from Arodys Vizcaino. A scoreless inning last night. Fastball was 96-97. A couple of punch-outs for Arodys Vizcaino in last night's ballgame. The big question for him coming into spring, could he stay healthy? What would the velo look like? I think he's checked both those boxes here. He has looked really strong, and of course, the Braves are going to need him to be strong with injuries to high-leverage guys like A.J. Minter and Darren O'Day. Arodys Vizcaino is certainly going to be counted on very heavily here, at least to start the year, and he will be the guy in the ninth inning for the Braves as we start the regular season a week from Thursday. It is right around the corner, folks. 9 days to go until the season opener in Philadelphia. Also, speaking of Philadelphia, wanted to give a little love to my alma mater, Temple. Go out there and beat Belmont tonight. I'm rocking the Temple lid for my Owls here today at the ballpark. So go Owls, beat Belmont, and again, we appreciate you tuning in to our daily rundown. We'll keep our fingers crossed that we can get some baseball in here today. Also, plug for the Braves Clubhouse Report. It comes your way tomorrow on 680 The Fan, and we will be hearing from Tyler Flowers, Julio Teheran, who, as you may have missed yesterday, officially will be the opening day starter for the 6th consecutive year. That ties the Hall of Famer Warren Spahn's franchise record for consecutive opening day starts. You'll hear from Julio Teheran and Brian Snitker as well. So again, 2:30 tomorrow on 680 The Fan for the Braves Clubhouse Report. We only have one show left here from Disney. Starting to get a little nostalgic here as we count down the final couple of days here at Champion Stadium. So for all the guys affiliated with our coverage here in Central Florida, I'm Kevin McAlpin. Thanks so much for tuning into our Braves Daily Rundown. And again, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for all of our coverage from Braves Spring Training at 680 The Fan.